All right, everybody, welcome to our live segment of Melodye Mondays here on Eureka Springs channel. And it is quite some fun. I have invited a special guest to be with us this evening, and this is our very own. Let me get this off the screen. We've got put good buttons to push. Hello, Kenny. This is Kenny Ray, everybody.
Hey,
My good
what's up?
friend, Kenny Ray Jackson.
Hi.
So, Kenny Ray, you are our special guest for this evening for our segment we call Melodye Mondays, where we dive deep into lyrics of songs and the meaning of songs and the
Yes.
song itself. And
Brilliant.
I asked Kenny to come up with a song for this evening, and he has picked out a song, and I have gotten the lyrics printed out, so I'm going to read them off, and then Kenny's going to take the floor after I get through reading it. So you guys listen to these lyrics. If we give me just a minute to read them all here, Kenny. I love what you picked, by the way. It's pretty interesting.
Thank you.
I love it. Okay, here we go. We are what we are when in danger, and we are as we stand, head and hands. When a friend brings to light on a cold silvered knife, you can stare your fate right into his hands. To his hands. Oh, we are what we are when we'll name too. Be the sole owning guardians of land. And there's always advice on a cold winter's night, like your dreams are just an island in the sand. Way out in the sand. Don't it seem so strange how it just don't change? Things just stay the same as they've always been. Some of us are out to win, and some of us are out just to aim. Just to aim. We are what we are when we're praying, in a way of seeking some light. May the mission bells still ring of a colorful dream, in the faith that everyone will be treated right. Will be treated right on a cold, cold night. Will be treated right in a hopeless fight. Will be treated right on a cold, cold night. Will be treated right. All right. So, Kenny, you think anybody's listening can tell me who that song is, who sings that song? What do you think?
That's a
Anybody
little
watching
obscure.
live? It's a little, I've never heard this song before, to be honest with you. Ever. So anybody that's watching want to guess? Why'd you pick this song, Kenny? Tell me the scoop. What brought you
Okay,
this
so
song?
this song. Why did I pick this song? So I agonized when you said you picked the song for next week, and so I spent the whole day and the whole evening listening to different music, and I wanted to go with a deeper cut of stuff from an artist, and I couldn't find exactly what it was, and so I even sat down and stopped listening to the actual artist playing, and I started playing on the piano, and I realized I love playing and singing this song so much.
So you sing this one also in your
That I
act.
thought it was perfect for this. It was it just spoke to me when I finally got through that, because I never even thought about it when I was playing it on my speaker.
Yeah.
But it just kind of stood out.
So let's tell everybody who the song's by. So the song is "To Be Treated Right," sung by Terry Reid. So I mean, these words are just very. Let me just go back over the words, and you tell me what you get out of this, Kenny. I was really interested. I said, we are what we are when in danger, and we are what we are when we stand head in hands. When a friend brings to light on a cold silver knife. Oh, that was tough.
Right.
On a cold silver knife, you can stare your fate right into your hands. So when did you first hear this song, and what do you think he's trying to tell you here?
Okay, so I first heard this song on a movie called The Devil's Rejects. and it was in a scene where it was absolutely a point of danger for the characters, and but it just struck me as so beautiful, and what a gorgeous juxtaposition of the things that were going on behind this gorgeous song with those words. But I think there's a duality to those words. I think that we are what we are when in danger, and we are what we are head in hand. So that's the human condition, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And so we're vulnerable. And when a friend brings to light with a cold silver knife, I mean, that is, and let's think about how sharp a tongue can be.
Oh gosh, yes.
Those silver tongue devils out there,
yeah.
With the way people can just turn something around.
Yeah, and I think we've been experiencing a lot of that lately, haven't we? I mean, it's like everybody's
absolutely.
so stressed, and it's like some of your best
Yes.
friends sometimes can just say one thing, and then your whole world is shattered. Because
Yep, absolutely.
especially if you respect someone greatly, and then for them to say just one thing, it does kind of cut like a knife for sure. Do you think
Absolutely.
that I think that disappointment and hurt, we all sort of are longing for acceptance, and I think this song talks to me. That was one of the things. What the message was, I was trying to think about what he's trying to convey in the song was, there's this certain vulnerability that we all have. We're so much alike, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
We think we're so
At the
different.
base.
Yeah. At the base, we're all looking for, validation and love and acceptance.
Yes.
Right? I mean, we're all looking for that. I think we all have different ways of expressing that, though.
Oh, certainly we do. Yes. Absolutely.
So we got some people that are
And that's what
watching
I
us
love
see.
about this. That's what I love about this song. Is the whole duality of the possibility of the entire message of it.
Yeah. There was another part of it that really, I was trying to think about, okay, really, what is he trying to say? Okay. He says we are what we are when we'll name it to. Be soul owning guardians of land. And there's always advice on a cold winter night, like your dreams are just an island in the sand. Wow, it's out in the sand. What do you think he's trying to say there?
Okay, so so I have sang this song many times, and it always just evokes this feeling for me that I think that he's talking about putting down roots.
Mm.
And maybe having someone, maybe maybe he's saying that you shouldn't let anyone keep you from putting down your roots and living your dream. There's always going to be a naysayer. There's always someone with advice on a cold winter night, isn't there?
Oh, totally. Especially when you're
I
vulnerable.
mean,
Well, let me tell you what you should do.
yeah, absolutely. Right, exactly. Yes. And and what more horrible thing could there be to be just an island in the sand, because then you're just on a dune in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? That's an interesting imagery that he chose there, I think.
Yeah. It makes you wonder really what was he going through in his life, right?
What do you take from it?
Well, I don't know. It's like it's with the first line, we are what we are when we'll name it. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, to me, I'm thinking about labels. I mean, how many times do we all get
Sure.
caught up on our labels that we give each other, right? I mean, gay, straight, Republican, Democrat. We get into all these labels that we
Yes.
are. And if we end up labeling ourselves, we become it, right? I mean,
Yes,
it feels like
absolutely.
you embody
Yes.
it. You have to own it all the time. When I think sometimes we are very much more of an organic being than that. There's sometimes when I'm this and sometimes I'm that, or maybe today I'm not feeling quite like even doing a certain hobby. I think we're a lot more organic, don't you think, than that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
But he's
I mean,
but we
there's no
are when we
label
name
you can
it.
put on the human.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, here's
Yes.
a comment. Penny's watching. She says, island on the sand can be washed away. And if you name what you are,
Oh,
that's an anchor. That's another great point, Penny. Perhaps
very nice.
very good. That's very true, Penny. Um, Maybe the anchors are our labels sometimes.
Wow.
That's an interesting perspective.
I never would have seen that. That's
I wouldn't
very,
have
very
sent it.
cool.
Very good. Great commentary.
Yeah.
And then let's take it one. Let's go into the other paragraph that just for those that are listening. Tell me what you think about this particular paragraph and see what do you think it means to you. That says, "Don't it seem strange how it just don't change?" Boy, I'll tell you that one's true. It just doesn't change.
Yep.
Things stay the same as they've always been. And this is my favorite line right here, Kenny.
Oh yeah.
Some of us are out to win, and some of us are just out to aim. Ah,
Yeah, that's pretty that's pretty deep right there. And
that is, isn't it?
whew, wow. I'll tell you, the song gets me every time I play it. I mean, I really, really, it's a very emotional song for me, just because of the words that he chose to use here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's this whole feeling of for me, it just like evokes this whole comment on continuity of mundane. You know what I
Mm,
mean? It is
yeah,
when how it just seems to be a for this fellow who's singing this song. It just seems to be he's just maybe lost his hope there after you know
it does
trying
have a little bit of
to buck
darkness.
up.
It does have a lot of darkness to it. It does. Um, and also, I love the way though. But the whole thing, at the end of it, if you kind of wrap around this whole song, the title itself, "To Be Treated Right."
Yeah.
So perhaps the moral of this one is that in the midst of all these things that we're labeling ourselves, we're having friends perhaps stab us in the back. Um, at the end of the day, what are we really wanting? What are we really wanting? The hope is to be treated right.
For everyone to be treated right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why I love this song, because it really is. It takes you through this whole dark journey, and then in the end, it is absolutely hopeful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and the end of this, if you guys would listen to it, it really is worth, 3.5 minutes of
Totally.
your day to check this song out. It is fantastic
Yeah. Well, we can't really play
because
the
it really is a
song,
joy
guys.
and
We really can't play the song live, because of copyright infringement, and they'll cut us off anyway. But you guys be sure and
right.
go to. I'll put in the links after the show, the actual links for iTunes and iTunes Music and Pandora and such. I'll put that in there for everybody to go and download it if you want to. We are, this is something that we're just trying to do. I'm trying to get this appreciation for music out into our community. I think we listen to
Yes.
songs all the time. We'll get a song in our head. We'll start even singing along with it. Very, very rarely do we really take the moments to really dive deep into what these lyrics are saying to us, and perhaps what they mean to us. I don't know about you, Kenny, but do you like some music? Some weeks when you really are needing an uplift, do you have a whole list of songs you go to? Do you have a playlist that kind
Oh
of?
yeah. There's a list for every mood, isn't there? I mean, seriously, and it's all the goal is either to maintain that feeling good or to get you back up to it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's the beauty of music. You
it
know,
is. It
is
is. All
that's
right.
and that's what I love about this town.
Yeah. Got another comment by Penny who's watching as another observation. She says, "Don't look to others to treat you right. It's like looking for God. It is all in you." Well, that's true, Penny.
Yeah,
It's very
that
true.
is absolutely true.
And perhaps uh, maybe that's the whole moral of all the story too. Is just look within, uh, try to find peace within yourself, whether people treat you right or not. I don't know. It's a good observation.
Well, and then really, yeah, that is absolutely true. And in the end, we're the only ones we can guarantee is going to treat us right, right?
True.
You know,
I have
hopefully.
this theory about anytime you have someone that doesn't, unexpected behavior from people that you think you're very close to. I think that at the end of the day, sometimes I just think about, really what's going on with them. What am I missing? Is there something going on that I'm missing? It's kind of like that old adage of, you go to the store, someone shouts at you at the store, you go home, you take it out on your family, or you take it out on, objects in your home, or whatever you have it's sort of like the vicious cycle of step and repeat. One thing leads to the other. And you, at the end of the day, and you look at what's happened over the day and you think, okay, really, was any of that about me? It really wasn't. It was about someone else's stuff. Well, it's about someone else's stuff and has nothing to do with us. But it's very hard, and I think that was one of the things that he said in the quote, the very first paragraph. That sometimes that a friend doing something sometimes cuts you like a knife, and maybe the whole lesson is to think about maybe that person just needed a hug, or maybe they just needed something
You're absolutely right. And here's the deal too. That person who gave that to you and sent you on that path for your day, it probably wasn't even their stuff that they were dealing with. Mm-hmm. It's this big whirlwind of negativity that blows around, and we've got to try to stop that. Right. I mean, don't you think?
I absolutely.
I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I saw the other day, it brings to mind something I just saw the other day was very interesting. And I don't know if you saw this, everything circulates according to Facebook. We get exposed to the same things probably because we're in that hung up algorithm, right? So there was this clip of a young man who went into a school. His intentions was to harm people. He had a gun in his hand, and he went into the school prepared to cause harm. And I can't remember if it was his coach, or anyway, there was a teacher there nearby, and instinctually he came out after the guy, and instead of attacking him and trying to harm him back or whatever, he went up to him and he hugged him, and he just held him.
Wow.
He just held him, and he diverted what would have been a horrible situation with a young man troubled and acting out, and his answer was to hug him. I'm like, wow.
That's incredibly brave, yes. First of all.
Yeah. So I got some people making some comment. Go ahead. All right, you were going to make a comment. I thought I was interrupting you. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I lost my signal there for just 1 second for some reason. Okay. I'm sorry.
All right, so got some other comments. Penny says, she says, I watched Rocky Horror again. Time warp. Look here, Kenny. You got some fans. You got some fans, Kenny.
Awesome.
Love Kenny Ray.
Oh, I love you guys.
Love it. Big picture, Penny says. Oh, look here, Kenny. Kenny, you are the kindest person I know. Aww, that's so sweet. Marla, thank you for telling Kenny that. Awesome. Love it. I love it. Cool. All right, so Kenny, you are a big part of our music scene. We have a lot going on this weekend. I know you're performing. Where are you performing this weekend?
So this weekend, I am starting off on Friday at New Delhi with me and Mr. Jackson Gibson, the Bad Jacksons, from 6 until 10. And then we're going to get up and do it again on Saturday from 4 until 7 at Missy White Rabbit Lounge.
All right. Great on. I love it.
It's going to be a good time. I
So for those of
promise.
you that
I
don't
hope.
know, Kenny for those of you who don't know, Kenny is part of a wonderful duo called the Bad Jacksons, and he performs every weekend and sometimes during the week here in Eureka Springs. And the music scene's pretty awesome here, isn't it, Kenny?
Oh yeah. That's why I am in this town. Because I love all the creativity that's flowing around here.
So, Kenny, I've got some folks that you may know a little something about. Maybe you could tell us a little bit. Maybe you could describe. I've got Los Roscoe's. Well, actually, you're going to be at Wednesday night. There's going to be karaoke at Missy's White
Right.
Rabbit. And Mike Bird, I don't think neither you or I have heard Mike Bird yet. Has anybody out there
I
heard
have
of
not,
Mike
I've not,
Bird?
I've not had a chance. I've not had a chance to hear Mike yet.
Okay. So if anybody that's watching, do y'all know Mike Bird? He's going to be singing at Wednesday night at Brews when they're doing the Homegrown Tales with Sandra Spotts and Zeke Taylor.
Oh, how fun that's going to be.
Okay, does anybody know Mike Bird? Tell us about Mike Bird's music if you're listening. And then Thursday night, now how would you describe folks out there, Kenny Ray, about Los Roscoe's?
Oh, I've only seen them a couple of times, but it's always been they are just a really wonderful good time band. I mean, they will keep you moving. Has been my experience with them.
Good.
They're very eclectic.
Yes.
Very, very eclectic.
Yeah. Well, they're playing at the Wonderoo on Thursday night. And then...
Oh, and then there's a really great venue for them, by the way.
Yes.
You guys should definitely go check that show out.
Okay. And then at Gotta Hold, Mike's playing again on Thursday night at Gotta Hold Brewing. And then you can catch Eureka Live for some karaoke Thursday night. And let's see, we've got on Friday, we have karaoke with Stan at the Rowdy Beaver Den. And, the Diversity Band is coming, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't they? Is it Friday night? No, that's not
I think
Friday
so.
night.
No, is it Saturday?
I think it's Saturday.
Yeah.
And then you're, of course, at New Delhi.
Right.
And Sky Pollard. Now, how would you describe Sky's music?
Oh my goodness! This is. I mean, that is Americana at its finest. I do
Americana.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's my take. That's my take on that. And what a treat it is to always get to see them. I mean, that is. I got introduced to them at what was it, Crow Moon Festival, and they just blew my mind.
Yeah,
they blew my mind. They were amazing.
So Sky will be playing at the Wonderoo. And then, let's describe for folks listening also the Vagabonds. Tell me about the Vagabonds.
Okay, so the Vagabonds, Missy's White Rabbit Lounge, of course, Eureka's living room. And so the Vagabonds, John, who along with Missy owns the White Rabbit, is involved in this. And there's just so many wonderful players. It's this wonderful mix of jazz and 80s and some 90s, and they're all just like the consummate musicians. It's such a good time.
How many pieces is in the Vagabonds?
Let's see. I want to say it's 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So they'll be there Friday night at Missy's White Rabbit, and then the Diversity Band will be at Chelsea's on Friday. And then there's a drag show at Eureka Live. That's kind of a sing-along lip-sync party good time.
Absolutely it is, yeah.
Sing along with the drag queens.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, on Saturday, we have Kurt Hunter.
Oh, he's amazing.
Ah, yes. And he's going to be at Eureka Live. Looks like Saturday afternoon. And then you will be singing at Missy's at 4 o'clock. And then the Hoff Brothers. Have you heard them? The Hoff Brothers? You have?
Yeah. I've heard them one time, and they were really, really good. Where are they going to be?
They're going to be at Gotta Hold at 5 o'clock. Cool. Yeah, at 5 o'clock. And then Melissa Carper, who has made the big scene, will be with Jonathan Bird at the auditorium, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Saturday night. Cool. And don't forget, guys that are watching, that we have the drumming for November. I believe that's happening. I haven't heard otherwise. I think it's still going to happen. That's
Drumming
in the park. Yeah, at 6 o'clock. And I've not. I can't remember. I think I've seen Jenna and Tony.
Oh my God, those guys are such a good time.
Yeah, and they're gonna they're gonna be at the Wonderoo at 7 o'clock, and then there'll be 60 on. Have you heard him?
I've not.
Mike Gruning. He'll be at Nick's Cafe at 7, and karaoke with Stan at the Rowdy Beaver at 7:30 p.m. Avery Live. Have you heard him?
I want to say that I have.
Okay.
But I can't.
You sing all the time. When do you got time to go listen to all these people?
I know exactly. You know me. I only really go out when I'm playing a gig, and then I'm done. I'm an old
Then you're
fella.
gone. So Avery Live will be at the Cat House. And then again, there'll be another drag show at Eureka Live at 10 p.m. So a lot of music going on. That's good.
There's
awesome.
a great lineup for the week.
Love it. Wow.
And then we have to mention too. We hit on diversity dance at Missy's White Rabbit from 8 to 11
Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday.
That's Saturday, right? Diversity dance.
Yes.
Did I not say that?
Yes. I'm not sure. I got so excited about what we were talking about.
Okay, I said
all the great music going on.
Pride dance, because it is diversity weekend.
The Pride dance. That's right.
Pride dance.
Yes,
that's Saturday night. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we got some other people here talking about you, Kenny. Boy, you've got the fans going on. He's the best. Come out and see Matt Jackson.
Let's talk about that song, guys.
And then Penny says, yes, just saw Billo. I need to be there Friday. Yes, you do, Penny. Yes,
right on. Yes, please do come.
Love it. Well, Kenny, this is a great song you brought today. I really enjoyed let me put that on the screen. Here is the link on Pandora for "To Be Treated Right" by Terry Reid.
Yeah.
Stirs up a lot of conversation.
It does, and give the rest of his stuff a listen, because he's really a very talented singer-songwriter.
Yeah, I love it. Wow,
he's a legend.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that song to my attention. I'm going to love this, because I just know you're going to bring me full circle with my listening. That's the good thing about having a good friend to tell me about what you're listening to, because I will hear things that I will never have listened to before, and I'm excited about that. So...
Yeah, I love it when friends bring me new songs, and people are always like, "Oh, you should do this. You should do this. You should do this," and they're not always feasible, but they're always amazing songs, and that's such a wonderful treat to share with other people.
Yeah.
All
right, here's another. Look at you've got fans everywhere. Look at you. He is the best. When we come to town from Austin, Texas, we always try to hit Missy's up to see him. Oh my God, that's so cool, Laura.
Awesome. Thank you.
I love it. Kenny and Matt Jackson's. He's like, this is great. You got all your fans watching. That's awesome. Thank y'all for doing that and shouting out to Kenny.
It's a fun time.
Totally.
It's a fun time. And I promise the next time you come see me, I will play this song.
All right. All right. That's good. Y'all have to tell him you saw him talk about it on Melodye Mondays. So
and make me play it. And make me play it. Yes.
Wow. So I guess we're going to come back again next Monday. And what do you think? You want to pick out another song, or you want me to? What do you think? You want to pick
Kamikaze
one?
Me, baby.
Kamikaze?
Kamikaze. Come on.
All right. I'm going to kamikaze you.
You have to give me one.
Hey, if you guys are out there and you know of a song that's kind of got some weird lyrics or something that makes you think a lot, private message Kenny or I, and we'll give it a discussion. Be sure and join us and discuss it with us. And so awesome. Penny says she's going to see me at New Delhi on Friday. All right, girl.
Nice.
All right,
I'll be the guy on stage.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for watching us live and for a little discussion about lyrics and what they mean to us, how they move us, and just general life discussions. Goodness gracious. Maybe we'll solve all the world's problems, Kenny.
I would love to be a part of that.
What do I know? That's what I say at the end of the day. What do I know? Nothing.
Right.
All right.
We just be the best that we can be.
All right. So I'm going to go out from this discussion to make sure that I treat people right. I'll say that. To be
Yes,
treated right.
absolutely.
And
Yes.
hope that our karma will get, if you, whatever you put out into the world, it comes back in return. So
Yes.
I'm going to make sure I treat folks right this weekend for sure.
Walk around and smile. All you gotta do is smile.
All right, love. Thanks for joining us, Kenny, and being our special guest. I can't wait till next Monday, and you guys be sure and mark your calendars. We will probably go back to a 5:30 time on Monday, so tune in to us next Monday with Melodye Mondays with special guest Kenny Ray Jackson to talk about lyrics and what they do to us and how they make us make our decisions, and maybe even let's just talk about music and the passion we all have for it. So thanks for watching us, guys, and we'll see you next Monday at 5:30 with Melodye Mondays with Kenny Ray Jackson.
Good night, guys.
Bye-bye.